Welcome to Untitled. We are changing tact this morning. It's 10 o'clock and we're drinking the IPA Blockhouse from Devil's Peak Brewery. And we're getting excited about craft beers because, man, they're just so unique and different, and they offer so much flavor compared to commercial beers. And what's very interesting about craft beers is they tend to be coming from places around the world where you find great wine. So, west coast of America, there's a huge craft scene, and it's starting to come into South Africa, and we've seen Darling Brews, we've had Brewers and Union, but this is one of the latest ones, and it's locally produced, and it's a IPA, India Pale Ale. An ale is not as gassy as a lager. It's fermented at a higher temperature. It's a bit darker. It's quite a hoppy beer. There are lots of hops in this beer, so it gives a bit of a bitterness. But the amazing thing about this beer is it's bouquet. It's so fruity.
It's unlike any beer I've ever had. The nose is, it makes you want to do the Honolulu. It's tropical. It's mango. It's just got this fruit concentrate, and you know you can just see coconuts falling down around you, and when you take a sip of it, it's
rich,
pithy, and it's tart, and it's almost the antithesis of the nose, but it's really, really interesting. You know, you're drinking something that is really
very cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So we're drinking a lot of IPA. IPA is the king of beers. It's regarded as sort of the flagship, and this is Devil's Peak Brewery, and they are based in Somerset West. They're making about 4 or 5 beers. We're selling them all, and this is our favorite. And it's actually being made by a winemaker at the moment, JC Stain. He was from Dornier Winery, and he's moved from Dornier to Devil's Peak, brewing this delicious juice. They cannot make enough of it, and we're selling it and drinking it. And 25 Rand. 25
Rand, 500 mils of crafted product.
Locally produced. Okay, they do import the hops and barley and malt and whatever, but locally produced. This is great craft beer, and we love it.
Absolutely.
Untitled Plus.
Untitled Plus. Today I have the pleasure of tasting Keets First Verse 2009. We were graced with Chris Keets' company yesterday. He brought this bottle.
What a nice guy, eh?
What a cool dude, man. He just talks and talks and talks, and you just, you know, you're eager to listen to what he says. It's interesting, and everything comes from
the heart.
From the heart.
And it kind of shows in the wine as well.
It reflects beautifully in the wine.
There's the proprietor, the wine, the two really just reflect each other. Anyway, carry on about the wine.
It's a Bordeaux blend essentially, and for those of you who are unaware, he was the winemaker for CRESCENDO that sadly closed down a few years ago. And I remember falling in love with that wine back in 2006, and it's still quite a legend in the wine scene. This is his first vintage since, and
on his own.
On his own, and 09 being a fantastic vintage in itself, this wine has just such a beautiful fruit freshness, just like freshly picked berries. There's quite a strong purple tone coming through, and it's just so bright.
09, I mean, we haven't raved enough about 09. It's the best vintage
we
ever.
can rave about it the whole year until the 2010s are released, because it's justified. It's a fantastic vintage, and this wine surely expresses it completely. Grapes
are from Helderberg, Stellenbosch. He sort of cherry picks the best vineyards that he can find, and I think this wine's going to last. I mean, those 95, 97 crescendos are still singing 15, 20 years later. This wine's going to last, no question.
Yeah, it's got all of the 5 Bordeaux varietals, and
mostly Cab Franc.
Mostly Cab Franc for this vintage, and it's, yeah, the expression is just really so harmonious and genteel but bright at the same time. I really, really love this wine.
Untitled Plus.
Untitled Plus.
Oh, the price, $2.85.
$2.85.
Not a lot of money for a really good quality Bordeaux blend. Absolutely. Top of the pile, I think.
Absolutely. Cherry on top.